All right, let's talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling's Battle in the Valley.
Ah, gosh, that pay-per-view, that's such a bad pay-per-view.
What do you mean? It was a good pay-per-view. Had Mercedes Moné had a match, had a great match.
Lou, okay, that's cool and all. 10-match card, that's great. But have you forgotten the rule?
What is it?
The randomizer won. Decisively.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it was a bad pay-per-view. Welcome to TFS Pod, Arizona's The Few Show Podcast. It's 24/7 Lou, and that's
Rick Hard saying, the randomizer almost got a perfect score. What is wrong with you, New Japan?
I know. And on special assignment, the one-man band. So we'll get to hear from him another time. But folks, let me tell you something. From the highest mountain to the lowest valley and everywhere in between, we are the beast of the east, the best in the west. You are listening to TFS Pod. Your girlfriends, your pets, your friends' best show, and
every adult film star's #1 podcast to listen to on YouTube. Today's shout out goes to Ava Adams.
I love it. You guys are so great.
I thought we used that name once. Anyway, I have to do my research.
No, you're thinking of somebody else. We've gone with a lot of people with A's in their name.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A lot of A's and J's. But don't worry, we're mixing it up. We're going to get every letter in the alphabet, sure enough.
There's got to be a Z.
I don't know how we're going to get Q, but we'll get there.
All right, folks. Yeah, in this episode, we're doing a recap of New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley, which was the same night as the other company, WWE's Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber, yep. And there was a little bit of overlap. Granted, not a lot, because Elimination Chamber was running on Eastern Standard Time. And Battle in the Valley operated on California time.
Also, they did have technical difficulties, so pre-show, I did not get to see it, but I did get results on that as it was happening. And then for the first match, it took a while for that one to start. They were having technical problems at the same time, so I was going crazy because I was watching both. I had a tablet, I had the TV going on. It was exciting watching wrestling on a Saturday night. I have to admit.
There was a lot happening.
All right, so let's go quickly to the scoreboard on this one. Hold on.
Well, hold on. Let me just address this real quick. You had New Japan with 10 matches going up against, essentially, or following up a 5-match card by WWE. So, yeah, there's a lot to get through. But all right, let's talk about the scoreboard, even though I don't want to.
Hold on, here we go.
Say the line that nobody loves right now.
The line that nobody loves. Ricard gets the scoreboard.
Oh, gosh. Nobody loves is right. Because in the lead, no, I'm sure you like this, Lou, but I don't. In the lead at 4 points. 147 Lou. Oh, man. We need a golf clap sound effect. That's what that deserves. Oh, followed closely behind that second place is Bogey at 2 points. I know. I am still shocked. But I'm going to have to hear that sound effect for the rest of the year.
I know.
And now we have a 3-way tie. Third place. 3-way tie. Tied at 1 point apiece. It is the one-man band, Main Event Jeff, and they got on the board before me. I am still shocked.
How?
I'm still shocked. The randomizer. All of them. 1 point apiece. and everyone else is at 0. Including me!
Ricard.
Including me. Oh! That's the scoreboard. Yeah. Okay.
You're alone there in that group there.
No, I still got Big Al.
Oh, you're messed up. Oh, okay, so you're not alone. You have company.
I'm not alone, and I'm hoping to not be the last.
You have Big Al. You have whenever JFU participates.
Yeah. That's what I'm going up against. People who don't participate often. I'm in that group right now. Even though I participate every time.
I know. Oh God.
Anyways, that's the scoreboard. Back to you, Lou. Come on.
All right, let's go. Let's go through these matches really quick because it was late. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. It was late. It was a Saturday night.
Yeah. I'll say it. New Japan. There's no reason this couldn't have happened on a Sunday. No reason. You did not have to go head to head and follow up a really good Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Should have been on a Sunday. Should have been on a Sunday, especially considering that there was a holiday that same Monday.
I know, right?
There was no reason why people couldn't be like, yeah, I'll go watch this. But, alas, that's not what happened.
All right, let's go with the matches. Here we go. We're going with Alex Coughlin defeating J.R. Kratos.
J.R.
Why am I saying
Kratos? Singles match. In a little over 10 minutes, you and the one-man band went with J.R. Kratos because of the name. That didn't pay off for you.
And I was first in that one. I think I suckered in the one-man band on that one.
Yeah. I didn't buy it though. I said nope. I'm going with Alex Coughlin. Good old Wikipedia.
And then in this one, the next one, the one-man suckered all of us in that one. It was David Finlay defeated Bobby Fish.
Yeah, Bobby Fish, despite the name recognition, despite everything, lost to David Finlay.
So by this point,
a lot of people went David Finlay.
It was looking good for Main Event Jeff and the randomizer. They had 2 points.
I wasn't too worried. So here was my logic going into it. I wasn't too worried about Main Event Jeff, mainly because he had gone the wrong way with the main event pick. I knew my main event pick was solid because I was just looking at the competitors and I was like, yeah, my main event pick's gonna even the score there.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured some of the team matches would give me a lead there too. So, and the randomizer had gone against me in so many matches that I thought of myself, or at least in a handful of matches, that I thought of myself, there's no way I'm going to lose to the randomizer.
All right, well, let me continue.
Boy, was I wrong.
Let me continue with the match because I did catch some of them, and I'll admit I did hear some of them. I didn't watch it, so it was either part of a dream or it was a real match. I know. Anyway, Kevin Knight, Kushida, and DKC and Volador Jr. defeated Adrian Quest, Rocky Romero, Josh Alexander, and Máscara Dorada. I have to admit, in this one, I did catch it because at the same time, Elimination Chamber was going on, and there was a face-to-face between Kushida and Josh Alexander saying, "I want that title, I want that championship," and I have heard that there will be an event where they will face for their, I think it's an Impact title, because Kushida is on Impact now.
Josh Alexander is the Impact World Champion still.
So there was a face-off there between them.
I think they might be laying the seats for that. That's pretty cool.
All right, and then the next match we have Kenta defeating the champ Fred Rozier, otherwise known as, what's his name in WWE?
Darren Young.
Darren Young, who you remember looked like a lot like John Cena.
I guess.
I
did not go with the artist formerly known as Darren Young because I went with the homegrown Japanese guy, Kenta.
Yeah. And that did help you out because Kenta became the new strong open weight champion. So that was a good pick on your end on that one. Let me see who I had Fred Rozier. Yeah, the one-man band had Kenta. You had Kenta. Main event Jeff had Rosaire. Big Al and the randomizer had Kenta. Gosh.
Yeah.
By the way, at this point, the randomizer has a score of 4 points for four matches.
4 for 4. Yep.
4 for 4. It was getting intense for that. The randomizer, which. Anyways, here we go. Then we go to the next matchup, which is Motor City Machine Gun defeated West Coast Wrecking Crew as the Motor City Machine Guns defended their strong open weight tag team championship.
Open weight tag team championship. Yes. So this was the match that everyone else picked Motor City Machine Gun to win. And they won. They won, except for the randomizer.
Yeah. Which averted a possible 2 points for them. So that would have been weird when our randomizer would have a perfect show.
This was the only. This was the. It would have been history. I'm pretty sure the randomizer has yet to win a perfect score.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have not. They have not. I know who's won perfect scores. So far, it's only 2.
Oh.
You and you. Yes. It's a very small club.
I had one, right?
Yeah, you had one also. Yeah.
Oh wow, I forgot about that. There's so much winning.
Oh man.
Anyway,
the randomizer joins that club before me. It's bad enough it got a point before me, but if it joins that club before me or the one-man band, oh my god, that is just insult to injury.
I'm going to move just in case for the safety of everyone in my household, because I know you guys will come in here and tear up everything apart to just look for the randomizer when it's on the computer.
No, it's on the computer. Yeah, it's in cyberspace. But yeah, Motor City Machine Guns winning the match in what was actually the shortest match of the night. 9 minutes, 21 seconds.
All right, let's go to our next matchup. This was important. This was a good one. I did get to catch this one. This one was Eddie Kingston defeating Jay White. Loser leaves New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, in this one...
Hold on. There's a stipulation here.
Huh? What was that?
This point, right?
I know his background.
There's a stipulation here that says that had Kingston lost, he would have needed Jay White's permission to continue to compete in NJPW. It was a loser leaves New Japan wrestling match, but Kingston kind of had a bit more leeway. It looks like.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, Jay White. Go ahead. Tell me what you saw.
This was they were going back and forth, and Eddie Kingston has that backhand slap move that he does.
Yeah, he's a brawler.
He's a brawler. Yeah, he's not. You're not going to see some high flying moves. He does do some, but he's more of a brawler type. And I thought Jay White was I thought Jay White was the top of his game in New Japan. He held up New Japan. During a little bit of a stretch there where nobody was going into Japan to wrestle, and he came to the States. He was holding up the title for them. So I was surprised to see this, but he's out. Eddie Kingston defeated him, and he was really out of it. And then when the match was over, Jay White was ready to give a speech to the crowd there when he got attacked by David Finlay, who wanted his chance to be in charge of or be the man at New Japan Wrestling. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. If Jay White's really out, do we get a chance to, get revenge on David Finlay for attacking him or not? I guess we'll have to see what happens with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I don't know. I kind of feel like this is a good time for Jay White to start expanding his horizons.
Yeah, I mean, to AEW.
The result from that, you got AEW.
He's been on Impact.
He has been on Impact. I will say that. He has been on Impact, so there's that. But I think AEW is the way to go for him. There's also, you could also technically do AAA, but he doesn't seem like he'd fit.
No, you see, but the AAA stuff, it feels like when you see guys go over there, it's mostly like people for special events. I don't know if I don't know if they appear on their regular on their house shows. I don't know if they appear on their house shows or the TV shows. So yeah.
Either way, Jay White also in NXT works. I say that too. I think it works. Granted, if he goes to NXT, I'm almost positive they're going to ask him to change his name.
Switchblade, come on, man.
Switchblade. Call him something Switchblade. Jay Switchblade.
Another Bullet Club member goes to WWE. Is that what we're going to have?
Yes. WWE wants all the Bullet Club members.
Yeah,
you were a leader in the Bullet Club, they're hiring. That's how WWE works.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, so then that was a big surprise, and that was like halfway through the show, and that was a big surprise. Then we had the next matchup, which I have to admit I did miss. I just saw somebody passed out, and that was Homicide. He got passed out. I guess he was in a submission move because Tom Lawler defeated him in a filthy rules fight.
Yes. Homicide lost by submission.
So yeah, I did see that, but I saw tables, and I believe I saw a door. I know Impact has done it where they bring out people go through a door, and of course Jim Cornette loves that. We've always heard his comments on that stuff before in the past. We've talked about it.
The door.
It's like what are we doing? Are we fighting in a Home Depot now? Come on, for crying out loud!
Oh no, yeah, Jim Cornette loves it when you bring out stop signs.
Yeah.
Freaking road signs, bowling balls. What the heck's a bowling ball doing in the ring?
Again, we'll never forget the image of the staplers.
Oh man, the staple gun. The staple gun on somebody's nuts.
Oh.
Moose. Poor Moose.
All right, so then yeah, Tom Lawler defeated Homicide in that one. Next matchup was Zack Sabre Jr., the champ, defeating Clark Connors for the New Japan Wrestling World TV Championship. So Zack Sabre Jr. retained. That wasn't good on that one.
A lot of people picked Zack Sabre Jr. Before this match happens, Lou, you only had 1 point on the board.
Yeah, I was doing so bad in this one. Like I couldn't believe it. Like, yeah, it was a bad.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that toss up of the Motor City Machine Gun match, he would have been at a donut up until the end of the show. But yeah, the final 3 matches were where you really started getting points on the board.
I would have been out there. Okay, then we had Mercedes Moné defeating Kyrie for the IWGP Women's Championship. I did get to see this match. I did see there was a spot where they had a table where Kyrie threw Mercedes Moné through a table when they were in the outside of the ring by the entrance area. They went all the way fighting out of the ring.
You know, I gotta ask, did the table break? Because we don't know what the Sasha Banks' history is with tables.
Yeah, it did break. And I was like, okay, this match is over. But no, they let him fight.
It's the DQ. Nope. Ref let some leeway.
And then they made it back into the ring, and it was a good match, a very exciting match. And then Mercedes Moné got the pin and became the new IWGP Women's Champion. And there was even a handshake and a hug with her opponent.
I gotta ask, what was their finisher? Because if you remember, Sasha Banks is normally known as a submission finisher. So we have to look that one up because I forgot it. She's using, maybe it's a backstabber.
I can't remember that right now, man.
All right, no worries. But that is curious that she won by pinfall. You don't normally see that. But congrats to Mercedes Moné. This was actually the longest match of the night. So, and based on what I'm gathering, was a good match and a good crowd.
Very good match.
Probably match of the night. So good for her.
Yes.
Good for her. Maybe she finds a new home in New Japan.
And then we had the next match, which was the co-main event, which was Kazuchika Okada versus Hiroshi Tanahashi, which was for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, which Okada defended and retained. And that was a good match, too. This is the 2 big names in New Japan wrestling right now at the moment, putting a showcase on. this is where I felt like this became like a house show for New Japan. It didn't become like an excellent premium live event because Okada, who was a champion, retained. I don't know. To me, like by having that, it felt like okay, you're doing. It felt like I don't know. Somehow it just felt like a house show, like just to introduce audiences who do not know who they are, to know what they do and what they can do. And then when Okada at the end of the match says, "Yes, this is pro wrestling," I'm like, "Oh, this is New Japan Pro Wrestling." He fixed it up, but I thought he was trying to give a slight over to the other show that was happening that night.
To the American promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, AW always says it's pro wrestling.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna say, New Japan has now started doing more shows. I think the only thing they got to work on is not doing them on the West Coast. I get it. The West Coast is the closest to Japan, and you can do a direct flight there. But I really do think that they'll get more eyes on them if they just start doing, on the East Coast time slot. Like you can still do it at the West Coast, but with the East Coast time.
Mm-hmm.
I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I think New Japan's trying to increase their market. Market in the States, because this is the what is it, the third, fourth event we've done for New Japan since they did Forbidden Door, if you count Forbidden Door.
Well, they did Forbidden Door, and then they also had another one earlier in the year that we did not do a prediction show on. They had the first one.
Yeah,
they had the first pay-per-view.
The Wrestle Kingdom, right?
No, no. Wrestle Kingdom was also earlier in the year, but there was another one they had.
There was another one. That's how you know. They're really,
the thing is but the Wrestle Kingdom was. Well, the Wrestle Kingdom was in Japan. I believe there was another one that we didn't cover. Was there? Or no, there wasn't.
There was another one. I'm pretty sure.
That was in the States. That wasn't in Japan.
Yeah, but essentially, that's what happens. That's what happens when you do a show on the West Coast. Like this show went until 2:30.
Yeah, it wasn't over until 2:30. I was like, oh my god!
Like you have to really be a fan. Which, by the way, Lou, you're really a fan.
Now, hold on. I want to mention other news there because I was a fan of this stuff watching it. After the match, Okada and said, "Hey, let's do a super team here, and let's team up and try to go for the tag team championship." So that was
the Mega Powers.
Yeah, something similar to that was what he was offering to Okada. I don't know what Tanahashi did not come out and say anything about it, but who knows what the response will be. Then also at the end of the show, Mercedes Moné also came out, and she was holding her championship. Okada was holding his championship at both sides, and I don't know if she was hinting at like doing a mixed match team also. So she mentioned something similar to that. So who knows what can happen there in New Japan Pro Wrestling? But it was a good show. Battle in the Valley was, like I said, it was a little bit late.
No. I'm gonna stop you right there because we're gonna end this on this.
Wait. Hold on.
We have the rule.
Wait. Before you go to the rule, I understand. I will go by the rule. Okay, fine. I enjoyed the show despite my horrible picks, but based on our picks, go ahead.
Based on the rule, the ruling is if the randomizer wins the event, and by the way, the randomizer won the event hands down. I get it. There were 2 title changes out of 5 title matches, so it's mixed. It's mixed there, but ultimately, randomizer wins. You know how the rule goes. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3.
Bad pay-per-view. Yeah, that's kind of true. So, with New Japan clearly behind us, let's move on to the next thing.